So now I'm going to be covering live versus VOD, VOD, video on demand, whatever you want to say. I don't know why I always end up saying VOD. All right, so this is how content is consumed by the user, right? You're either watching live and think it could be something as simple as like live sports, live news. A lot of people in the industry are calling that live if the event is actually happening right now and being shown to you as it airs. Another version of live might be that you have a full schedule of content. Think of just your normal traditional linear television. You sit down, you're scrolling through things, and you find that Indiana Jones is on TV. That's obviously not filmed live. You are watching it as it airs, and you could call somebody in another state and watch it together with them because it's airing at the same time. It's airing live, right? But not necessarily a live event that's happening in real time. VOD, or video on demand, is when you have a list of shows that you want to watch and you select one and you start playing it from the beginning. So that's the main difference between live and VOD. Now, in CTV, these are also handled differently from each other. So with live, you have a couple of different versions of live streams that you can do. You can do HLS, which is a protocol developed by Apple that you can use, or you can use Dash, which is an open source live stream. We see both of these. Predominantly, though, we see HLS. And the way that works is you get the stream pushing through the content as it goes through, and then there's markers set throughout the content to say this is where my ad break starts, and this is happening at the SSAI level. This is where my ad break starts. Let me make sure I can solicit demand and get it back before that ad break actually starts, so my demand is ready to put in flush directly, seamlessly into the content. So that's live. With video on demand, however, let's say you have a full video stream, right? Let's say this is your content, and it's a 3-hour long movie. Technically, in video on demand, everything gets downloaded at the same time. So it's already predetermined how long the ad breaks are going to be. So let's say these are 120-second long breaks. You know exactly where they're going to come, and you know how long they're going to be, how many ads you'll need to request, etc. So what ends up happening here is the user downloads the entire content, and all of these requests for all of these ad slots, so all 120 seconds for every ad break, will make its way down the programmatic bid stream and solicit demand and come back. This ends up flooding everything, right? Because you're not only doing the real-time ad break that might have 5, 6, maybe 8 ads in it, but you are now asking for 8, 16, 24 ads at the same time, and you know it's going to be more than that. There's more ad breaks than 3 in a 3-hour long movie. So you're going to be asking for all of the ads at all the same time across every programmatic partner. And as you can see here, just for a single DSP, they're called by most of the SSPs, right? So you're asking a lot of these servers all at once, which ends up turning into Slate and house ads on the other side. For those of you that don't know, Slate is that commercial break in progress, or we'll be right back thing that loads and it just stays there consistently. House ads are when either the hardware manufacturer or the channel itself, like let's say it's the History Channel, something like that, has to load an ad for themselves. So they're not monetizing it at all. They're showing an ad that is only relevant to their users or to their company. So that's the main difference between live and video on demand. There are solutions out there that will be able to call VOD or VOD in real time. So instead of calling all of these at the same time, you call this when the user hits that cue point, when they're ready to get that break, and you do the same thing at every break, and it treats it just like live, which is a big win for making sure you can not break all of the servers, but provide the most demand up to the publisher, limit slates and house ads, and also enhance the user experience, because nobody wants, as much as people may say they don't like ads or they're being overwhelmed with ads, nobody likes to sit there for 3 or 5 minutes staring at a "we'll be right back" slate ad. So anyway, great solutions are available, but I wanted to make sure that everybody knew the difference between live and VOD in CTV, and why it's so important that we handle them differently when it comes to the programmatic bid stream.